Friends, I've got a crazy little experiment today I'm doing, and it involves a Tonemaster Deluxe Reverb, which I borrowed from my friend Lee Setzer again, and also a pedal board that's set up totally with JOYO pedals, 100% with JOYO pedals. Let me tell you what I'm doing. So there's two channels on the Deluxe Reverb. One is a normal channel, and it has no reverb on it. It's just a tone and a volume and a bass, or treble and bass. And the other side is the vibrato side, which does have their spring reverb on it. I'm playing a Mexican Strat from 1998. And that's how it sounds on the vibrato side with the spring reverb from the Deluxe Reverb, the Tonemaster Deluxe. Now, I've got a Switchblade set here. Here's the thing, there's no channel switching on this amp. So the only way to go from one channel to the other without unplugging and going in is to hit like a thing like an Electroharmonix Switchblade. So now I'm totally going into the clean, normal sound with no reverb on the Deluxe Tonemaster. Pretty innocuous, middle of the road kind of sound here. And so what I have with my JOYO setup is I have all the different amp modelers I think that they sell. They may have one more. I don't know. There's 5 of them here. There's the American, there's the AC Tone, the California, which is like a Mesa Boogie. You got your British, which is a Marshall, and you got your Oxford sound, which is your orange sound, right? I've got them all set to sounds that I kind of like to use for a Strat. I'm in the neck position. Now, since we don't have reverb on this side, I thought I'd go ahead and put a JOYO Atmosphere on here. So I've got some reverb. And I thought I'd segue you through some sounds. So that's what it sounds like, just the regular side. I'm gonna go back to the now here we're back. That was the vibrato side. Here's the regular side again, the normal side. Slightly different reverb. So yeah, so if I want to hit a little more, this is just kind of a very standard kind of Fender sound, right? If I hit the American, I've got it set up to give me a little more of a body sound. So it's a little more, slightly aggressive Fender sound, right? Pretty cool. And I've also got over here, if I want to turn my amp into a Vox, into an AC tone, I've got me a nice little Voxy sound. A little more chime. Pretty sweet. If I want to get a little more aggressive, I've got my California tone, my boogie sound. If I want my more Marshall type sound, which I kind of like this sort of the sound for Marshall, I still want it to be distorted but not as throaty as that California sound. Pretty cool sound. And then I have the orange sound here, which is a little more high gain and a little more sparkly. So I've got 5 different amp sounds that I like, and if I turn these on or off in any combination, I also have here, I can get all kinds of different sounds. I've also got the Baatsin from JOYO, which is giving me some overdrive. So here with just the regular Fender Tonemaster, I'll hit that, and here's what you got. I've also got an Uzi for a little slightly higher gain sound. That pedal sounds great going into the Tonemaster. Just an awesome sound. I've only got the gain set to like number 3 or so. It's set very low. Uzi's a killer pedal. So let's say I want the brighter American sound with a Baatsin. Or if I want that with a Uzi sound. If I turn the American off, I've got these. It's a darker sound, right? American back on. If I wanted to hear like the AC tone with the Uzi, turn the American off here for a second. Totally reacts differently to it. AC tone with the Baatsin. The California responds. I love this California pedal. It may be my favorite one of all of them. And I'm a Fender guy, but I like this boogie kind of sound. California with the Uzi's a monster. Over the British. Maybe slightly out of tune. Let's go ahead and still hit the bat. sounds through the Marshall. Now that one's a little bit noisier. Listen, crank it back some, it's not so bad. And then, of course, the Oxford. Now, I'll say this about the Oxford sound. It doesn't respond as well to the JOYO, in my mind, as the other ones do. Here's the Baatsin. I should say that I think I'm just using the Tube Screamer setting in the Baatsin. There's all kinds of different ones there. Almost, it's very creamy kind of color. I almost think that the Baatsin has or that the Uzi and the Oxford sound is, I think the Oxford sound probably, you should just use its own overdrive with it. But I mean, it sounds very compressed to me, but in some ways, I like it. I kind of dig it. It's a sound you'd have to just decide whether you like it or not. Let's see if I were just to throw the drive up more on this, cut the level back. And just use what comes straight out of the Oxford. Now I should have a noise gate on, but I don't. We're just listening to the Oxford coming through the JOYO, or the reverb, the atmosphere. Go crazy. So I'm toying with the fact that should my Oxford sound just be a high gain sound. The thing is, I do like the orange sound even without big time overdrive, so I hate to do it for this thing. Darn, that don't sound awesome, right? So yeah, I'm having some fun with this. We could listen to the Baatsin and the Uzi together on the American. bit of what I'm messing around with, having some fun with. I love the JOYO pedals. One thing I want to say about this is, so all these JOYO pedals are around 40 bucks a piece. So there's not very expensive any of this here. I think maybe the Atmosphere is a little more expensive. I'm not sure that the Baatsin might be a little more oozy. They're 40 to 50 buck range, something like that. Atmosphere might be 60 or 70. You know, so I have a Helix, and so the Helix does all kinds of stuff, and I mess around with it a lot and I play with it. But when I'm just wanting to, you know, I guess more than anything, I'm just a amp sound along with reverb. That's really what I am. And the Helix is everything in the world you can imagine, and more than that, and it's just so awesome. But if you're just a guy that's an amp, and if you're just a tone chaser, and you just like basically reverb, delay, I mean, of course, there's good delays in this little Atmosphere here. I could switch over to another reverb sound, and you'll see there are like delays and things I think built into it. So I could, you know, pick a sound and tailor it so that I've got reverb and delay. I can set all the different settings, parameters on that. But you can get these cheap JOYO pedals, make a board like this, and you've basically got all the essential amps that you'd want. Now the Tonemaster Deluxe Reverb is a higher end amp, but I could have put my Fender, I've got a Fender GTX 100 over here, $300 less than this one. Just any amp would work, I think. You know, now this one, I think it's a great platform to have this Deluxe Reverb. And then, of course, I love being able to go to just a plain old straight up Fender type sound if that's what I want. It's great fun to jam with all this stuff. Alexa, play blues backing track in A minor. Enough of that fun. Peace to all who watch. Subscribe to the channel if you like.